Every knight in Westeros wants the same thing, a death worth singing about. A last stand, a final line, a moment the camera lingers on just long enough for it to matter. Episode 6 of House of the Dragon spends its first 10 minutes proving that's a fantasy, and then spends the next 50 proving nobody in this war gets to write their own ending. The episode is called Faceless Men. Not the assassins from across the narrow sea. This is about something scarier. An enemy with no name, no sigil, and no single body you can put a sword through. Keep that idea in your pocket, because it's going to come back around by the end of this breakdown. We open at the God's Eye, where Criston Cole's army is starving, exhausted, and walking straight into a trap. Last episode, he promised the realm a glorious death. The kind that gets him remembered, the kind Alicent would hear about in a tavern song. So of course, the show immediately takes that away from him. His men stumble into what looks like an abandoned rivermen camp, littered with corpses. The bodies aren't dead. It's an ambush, and it whittles his force down from a full column to about a dozen exhausted knights before the real trap even springs. Then the Trilene opens up. Roddy the Ruin and the Winter Wolves. Oscar Tully and the River Lords. Criston is surrounded, and he does what every proud man in this show does when he's cornered. He asks for a duel. Not one-on-one. One against two. Himself alone against both Roddy and Oscar. A warrior's death. Something worth remembering. And they say no. Not out of cruelty. Oscar's got an oath about building a sept out of traitors' bones, and he's not close to done collecting. Criston ties Alicent's handkerchief to his sword hilt anyway, ready to go down his way. And before he can even draw the blade, the arrows hit him. Belly, chest, the face. He's dead before the sentence he was speaking even finishes. No last words that matter. No song. Just a man in the mud, and his surviving men cut down around him seconds later. That's not just a death scene. That's the show telling you exactly what kind of war this has become. There is no honorable way out of the dance of the dragons anymore. There's only surviving it or not. Back in King's Landing, Rhaenyra is learning that taking a throne and holding one are two very different wars. Alicent and Helaena are still stuck in that dead-end passage they got trapped in last episode. Guards find them, drag them back, and Alicent leads with the one card she has left. Helaena is pregnant. She's hoping it buys mercy. It doesn't. Rhaenyra tightens the confinement instead, doubles the guard, and makes the terms plain. It's only later, bargaining for her daughter's freedom, that Alicent gives up something bigger. Aemond's location at Harrenhal, and Rhaenyra names her price. Go kill him herself. That's not the woman we met in Season 1. That's a queen who's starting to look a lot like the people she replaced. And outside the castle walls, the city is falling apart underneath her. The gold cloaks are deserting, starving, unpaid, done pretending the crown can protect them. Daemon puts on their armor and walks the streets himself, gets ambushed, and finds something worse than a rival army. A resistance cell fighting in Darren's name, quietly funded by Ormond Hightower, but wearing no sigil and carrying no banner that ties them back to either man. Kill one, two more take his place. That's the title of the episode, right there, staring back at Daemon in an alley with a knife in his hand. You can win a battle against an army. You can't stab an idea. Meanwhile, in Tumbleton, Rhaenyra's assassins disguise themselves as a Baratheon envoy to get close to the Green Command. And it almost works, until Gwaine Hightower spots the cracks in their disguise and cuts them down before they can strike. It's brutal enough that Ormond Hightower, the man supposedly running this army, throws up at his own dinner table. Not exactly the commander you want leading the Greens into the endgame. Then there's Harrenhal, where the show pulls out one of its biggest lore drops of the season. Alice Rivers leads a wounded Aemond into a hidden chamber and reveals a clutch of 5 dragon eggs. Laid a century earlier by Dreamfire, back when Rhaena Targaryen retreated to this same castle after losing her daughter. Aemond touches one, and it warms in his hand. Whatever that means for the rest of the season, the show just planted a very deliberate seed, pun very much intended. And the episode closes on its biggest open question. Corlys Velaryon, sending Velaryon reinforcements to King's Landing at his son Alan's urging, is ambushed on land by Jon Roxton, Ormond Hightower's lieutenant, right outside the city. He goes down strangled, and the show cuts away before telling us if he's dead or just taken. It's the second time this season Corlys has come this close to the edge. Just the cliffhanger, heading into 2 episodes that now have to answer for all of it. A dead general, a fracturing capital, a pregnant hostage, and a prince who might be done fighting altogether. Faceless Men isn't the loudest episode of the season, but it might be the one that decides how the whole war ends. Team Black just won the battlefield and lost the city. That trade is going to define everything left. Subscribe for the episode 7 breakdown the moment it drops.